Let me ask you a question. Imagine this. You are deaf and mute. You live alone in the woods, and life looks beautiful. Until one night the power is cut off. You obviously can't use your phone. There is no internet anymore. You are thinking what has happened, and you walk downstairs. There is a man standing for your door. He is wearing a strange mask. He looks you straight in the eyes, and you notice a large knife in his hand. What would you do? Welcome to Dark Tides. Today we dive deeper into the story of a writer. She has been living alone in the woods for 10 years. Despite being mute deaf, she has managed these 10 years with ease on her own. Until that one day. Be warned, this story is not for the faint of heart. So if you dare to hear more, hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey into the darkest depths of human nature. Like and subscribe to Dark Tides, if you dare. I am a deaf and mute writer, living alone in a remote house in the woods. It's always been peaceful here, just me and the sounds of nature. I've never been afraid of being alone, but that all changed one night. It was a chilly night, the wind howling through the trees as I sat at my desk, typing away at my latest novel. Suddenly, a knock at the door interrupted my thoughts. I wasn't expecting anyone, so I hesitated, but curiosity got the better of me, and I got up to see who it was. I peeked through the peephole and saw a man wearing a mask. My heart began to race as I realized I was in danger. I turned around to look for my phone, but there was no internet connection. I tried to call for help, but with my deafness, I couldn't hear the phone. I knew I had to rely on my other senses to stay alive. I quickly turned off all the lights and hid behind the sofa, waiting for him to go away. But he didn't. The killer started pounding on the door, screaming and shouting for me to come out. I could feel the vibrations of the pounding on the door, but I knew I couldn't stay hidden forever. I had to think of a plan. I started to analyze the situation, thinking about my options. The killer was outside and I was inside, but he had the advantage of being able to hear me while I couldn't hear him. I needed to stay calm and come up with a plan. I decided to create a diversion, something to distract him so that I could get out of the house. I found a vase and threw it at the wall, making a loud noise. It worked, and I could hear him running towards the source of the sound. I took this opportunity to sneak out of the house and head to the shed in the backyard. I knew I had to find a weapon or something to defend myself. As the night went on, the killer tried different tactics to get inside my house. He started throwing rocks through the window, hoping to catch me off guard. But I had already anticipated this, and I had reinforced the glass with plywood. Then he started using a chainsaw to cut through the door. I could feel the vibrations through the floor. I had to think fast. I grabbed a kitchen knife and headed to the back door. I knew he would be expecting me to be inside the house, so I decided to make a run for it. As soon as I opened the door, he spotted me and started chasing me through the woods. I couldn't hear him, but I could feel his presence behind me. I could feel his breath on the back of my neck. I ran as fast as I could, hoping to outrun him, but he was too fast. He caught up to me and tackled me to the ground. I fought back with all my might, but he was too strong. I thought it was the end for me. I started to panic, but then I remembered that I had a flare gun in my pocket. I quickly grabbed it and shot it towards the sky, hoping someone would see it and come to my rescue. The killer was disoriented by the light, and I used this opportunity to push him off me and get up. I started to run again, my heart pounding in my chest, but I didn't give up. I dug deep, drawing on all my strength and survival instincts. I managed to slip out from under him and scramble to my feet, and I kept running. I didn't know how much longer I could keep this up, but I had to try. As I ran, I saw a light in the distance. It was a house, and I knew I had to get there. I sprinted towards it, the adrenaline fueling my every move. Finally, I made it to the house and banged on the door with all my might. A man answered the door, and I frantically gestured for him to let me in. He looked surprised, but quickly realized the danger I was in and pulled me inside. I collapsed on the floor, panting and sweating. The man called the police, and they arrived shortly after. The killer was gone. The police stripped the whole area around my house, but had not succeeded to find the killer. Who was this person, and why did he knock in my door? In the aftermath of the night's events, I realized how much my deafness had affected my life. It had always been a part of me, but I had never felt so vulnerable. But I also realized that my deafness had given me a unique perspective on life. I had learned to rely on my other senses and had developed a heightened awareness of my surroundings. I returned to my house, but I made sure to take extra precautions. I installed security cameras and reinforced the doors and windows. I also began to learn self-defense and how to use a variety of weapons, just in case. I may never forget that terrifying night, but it had taught me an important lesson. I may be deaf, but I am strong and capable of defending myself. And I will never let my deafness hold me back from living my life to the fullest. That's all for now, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this spine-chilling story of survival against all odds. If you're looking for more tales of horror and suspense, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Join us on Dark Tides, where we explore the depths of the human psyche and the darkness that lies within. And as always, if you liked what you saw, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share with your fellow horror enthusiasts. Until next time, stay safe and never let your guard down. The darkness is always lurking, waiting for its next victim.